Here I am sneaking up on the devil's in the detail. I'm about to go and see what he's up to today. He's either going to be polishing his knob or polishing a car. What do you think he's going to be doing? So let's sneak up quietly. Shh, don't say a word. Keep it quiet. Is he there? Yeah, he's there. He's there. Don't let him see. No, he's not polishing his knob. I think he's polishing a car. Or it could be a turd. Yep, I think he's actually managed to polish a turd. So let's go and have a look, see what he's done. Oh, look at that. It's all shiny. Oh, the devil has done the detail. Right then. Ted, maybe you'd like to explain this blue tape that you've got all down the bonnet and the edge of the wing.
Blue's my favourite colour.
Ah, there you go then.
Basically, I've spoke before about protecting the edges of the panels, and even with the bonnet closed, it still butts up, which means that the edge of the mop is going to rub against it, and it would take the paint off the edge. This line is on the just covering the edge, the swage line, I suppose you'd call it, of the wing. Now, because this is going to be an aggressive cut, I don't want to get the edge where the paint's thinner. I don't want to go through. So on the heavy cut, I'm going to do the heavy cut, then I'll remove this piece of tape and swap it so the tape's over on that edge and protecting that to do this. And then when I get to the refining stage, I'll remove the tape, this piece, leave that on, and then I can flick over the edges to blend it. And they've been flatted right up to the edges anyway. And then I'm only taking a minuscule amount of paint off the edge. So it's just about protection and protecting myself as well, because if I go through, I've got to pay myself to have it painted. So it's all about using your loaf. You know, if the bonnet was lower, you know, you'd probably get away with it, but I don't believe that you need to get away with it. For 2 lines of tape, why get yourself in trouble? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heavy cut this section. This has been flatted with 1000 and 3000 grit, and basically this is the last of the biggest panels. And then once I've heavy cut that, I shall heavy cut this and the capping, and then carry on with the refinement stages, and then the car, apart from the back panel, is completed.
Tell us about your new polishing mop, Ted.
Ah, well, this is a mini orbital. It oscillates rather than spins round its axis. You can see that it covers, you know, more distance in one rotation. It doesn't get the panel as hot. It doesn't take off as much paint as a rotary. It's least aggressive, and you do get a nicer, well, not a nicer finish, but you get a really nice finish. I still think I get a better finish with a rotary, but you do take a lot of paint off.
And where did you get your new polisher from, Ted?
Oh, well, my wife bought me this.
What for?
For my 60th birthday.
Yes.
Right, proper wifey. She went to a lot of trouble to get it as well, because there wasn't one in stock in this country anywhere. And so she ordered it. It had to come from Germany. Then it went from Germany to Derby to have a new lead and plug. And then off to the person that she ordered it from, who then delivered it to us. So it must have taken about 2 weeks to get it. And obviously it's normally you get underpants and socks and think nothing of it, but at least with this, I'll be thinking, you know, every time I pick it up, my wife bought it me.
Good old teeny weeny. Right, I'll get on with some polishing then.
Okay, we will. One thing this is very good for is getting up to edges without, you know, having a 5-inch or 6-inch disc to control. You know, you can get right up to the edges, you know, and this is a little section really for it, but as you can see, it's great for these sort of jobs. Whereas I've always used the mini rotary. Now I can use this knowing that I'm taking a little bit less paint off, which is crucial on a job like this where I've already removed paint with the flashes, and I don't want to keep taking more and more paint off, so you know, this is the safest way on this car, and you know, plenty of classic cars that, you know, over the years have been polished and washed a number of times. You know, we have to be careful how much we're going to take off. We've got to be, you know, aware all the time about the thickness of the paint. Because if you get a classic car in worth £500,000 and it's completely original paint, you burn through and have to have it painted, it's going to devalue the car. So, you know, it is one of them things which you have to constantly think about while you're working. You know, it isn't a case of just get a mop and lean on the car and get it done. You're constantly checking what's going on. Are you removing the defects? You know, without having to take loads and loads of paint off. So, you know, you have to do everything you can, you know, to protect it. And obviously having the tools to do it, I mean, I've always managed, you know, and I did have a cheaper one of these, but it was nowhere as compact and as good as this. So, you know, this is a godsend, especially on this car. I could have done with it 2 weeks ago, but it wasn't my birthday till Thursday. So I had to wait. But now I've got it, I've been using it all over the panels I've done on this side of the car, and it's been fantastic. I haven't done the whole panels because the big panels, I've got the VRG which is there on the floor with the microfiber pads on it. Also, you know, it's it makes a change to use the orbitals because I generally just pull a rotary out, but you know, it's nice to keep your hand in with them, and I have to say, you know, it has come out a really, really nice finish. Far better than I expected to be able to get this car. You know, and I believe that I've probably put £5,000 or so on the value of the car. With the work that I've done, and you know, obviously, you know, it's not a cheap job, but it's nowhere near the value that I feel like I've added to the vehicle. And I hope that the owner appreciates the difference when he comes to see it. But it does look like a different car altogether. And that isn't just my opinion, other people who have been walking in and out having a look. You know, they seem to be in the same frame of mind, so I'm quite pleased. You know, it is pleasing to see the car transform. You know, it's part of the reason I do this job, is the satisfaction from making a car look much better than when it come in is, you know, an incredible feeling, and, you know, job satisfaction. And I look forward to coming in every day. And there ain't many jobs you can say that about, so, you know.
And just before we go, Ted, this is another small polisher. Does this one make him really look big?
No, it's bigger.
Is
The
it?
machine is, yeah.
Is it? So it really looks smaller then, effectively.
Well, yeah, but
That's a
if I
shame.
hold it at arm's length, it looks bigger, doesn't it?
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Do you know what I
Hold
mean?
it with 2 fingers.
So, you know, it is, you know, but I don't compare it.
Really?
You're the only one that asks.
Well, because I'm curious.
Do you know what I mean?
Not by curious, just curious.
Right, well, you know.
Well,
you
that
can ask any
answers that
you
question
like.
then.
Whether you get an answer is another thing.
All right then. So I didn't really get an answer, but
Can
there
I
you
get
go.
on with some work now?
Yep, I'm stopping you. See you later. Right, so we're getting close to the finished stage on this RS. As you can see, it's looking very pretty. But once we can find the cloth to finish it off, if anybody can see it in the video, let us know where the bloody hell it is, because I can't find it anywhere. But there you go. Beautiful. Absolutely outstanding. You won't get much better than that. As I say, once we find where the cloth is, we'll just give it that finishing touch.